Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're listening to this. Well, I was just thinking about basically what the title says. It says turning financial famine around, and most people are living in a financial famine now, and this didn't just start. This has been long coming for many because many were living check to check anyway. But what took place is that this COVID-19 pandemic has definitely shed light on the disparities that exist today in many households. Because at this present time, many are struggling and waiting on the government to do something. And some of us have been accepting of this specific way of life, waiting on someone else to do something for us, but not realizing that we have the power in our hands, that we could do something for ourselves. But we have to shed the mentality of wanting someone to do something for us and not realizing that we have something that we can do for ourselves. Now, this reminds me of the beginning portion of The Richest Man in Babylon, where you have Banser and Kabi discussing what was stopping them from achieving their life's goals and dreams, even though they were employed in their desired profession. But they have not amassed the wealth that they see all around them, and they are wondering why. Well, that's because they have not done things in a certain way. And it's their own fault, like it's many of our own faults, that we have not achieved the success that we've desired. What it really means is that we've decided, or many have decided, to live their lives based on consumerism. They'll rather use credit to purchase debts and liabilities instead of using credit to purchase income producing assets. And this has left many living in an area or surroundings where they see wealth all around them, but they wonder why wealth will not stay at their door. And the reason why wealth will not stand at your door is because you're laboring for others. You go to work for others because you have not realized what it takes to build your own wealth. But you decided that you'll rather look like money instead of have money actually working for you and having you really smell and look like money. Now, at this present time, you have many who are just waiting on things to go back to normal. And I don't know how soon normalcy will be coming back to us. But I know one thing, many of us have the ability to create wealth from our own home, but we need to figure out the best way to do that. And there are some people at this present time during this pandemic that haven't missed a beat, and you're wondering why, because they're doing things in a certain way that you have yet to discover. And this is not to say that you won't be able to discover it. It just says that you need to put in a little effort in directing your own path in life, where you're not waiting on an outside entity to come in and change your life. Some things you have to do for yourselves. You have to make a plan, get up, decide what you're going to do, and do it, because you are the creator of your own destiny, or you are the creator of what's going to happen to you tomorrow based on what you do today. And what this really means is you're going to have to set out some time to study. You have those who are going to study how to get themselves out of the predicament that they're in, And you have those who are not going to study, and they're going to put that in the hands of someone else to handle. And how many years has it been since someone actually came around and helped you? Someone may have put an opportunity in front of you, but still, you have to do the work. So this brings to mind in The Richest Man in Babylon how Banseer and Kabi had to seek out the information that they wanted to know. And they had to seek out advice from their old childhood friend, which was the richest man in Babylon. And they knew that they were all not that much different, but there had to be something to what he did, because he was no smarter than them, no more talented than they were. And they had to figure out what it is that he did to amass the wealth that he was able to achieve in his lifetime. So they figured that they had to make a plan where they can seek his advice. And that's exactly what they had to do. And that's something that you would need to do. You would have to seek out the information that you need in order to figure out what you need to do to have your money working for you, so that you can really understand what real wealth building looks like in your life. Now, you may not have been as lucky as Kabi and Banseer to actually know the richest man in Babylon, but you are lucky enough that you have access to information all around you. You have books, you have the internet, you have people who have created videos where you can go and get their advice and then try it out for yourselves. But you're living in a day and age where you do not need to wait on the government to help you. You can help yourselves by going out and seeking out the information that will be beneficial to you based on where you feel comfortable, or, matter of fact, comfort does not breed success. You have to definitely be in an uncomfortable situation or predicament that's going to force you to shed the scales of your mediocrity so that you can become who you are destined to be. Now, finally, Banseer and Kabi was able to get the meeting that they requested with several of their friends, with the richest man in Babylon, who is Arcad, I do believe. They had the question of how does he continue to earn and spend with liberality without being stressed about what he's spending his money on. And they come to find out that he was able to develop a system where money continuously comes in his direction. Now, I do believe I mentioned earlier that many of us have that problem where we'll spend, but then we don't know where the next money is going to come from besides our check. We have not developed a plan in which we could have money working for us and coming back to us no matter what we're doing. And one of the key elements here is, with him, even if he's asleep, money is still coming in his direction because he found the secret to have money chase him down no matter what. And he found out that the first part of creating wealth was that a part of all that he earns is his to keep. And many of us think that, well, all the money that I do earn is mine to keep, and then we're finding out that it is not, because we have not decided to budget our money adequately, where we know the first person that we should be paying should be ourselves. And then we have to live within the budget that we create, and that's the key. Create your own budget where you're living within your means, where you're not forced to live off of credit, because once you do that, then credit becomes a cancer to your finances. So you need to first realize that if you go to work, your creditors and the people that you want to buy merchandise from should not be your first priority. It should be you, so that you can put money aside where you can employ that money and it start earning more of its own kind. So many of us have that problem where we don't know the secret. But now that you know the secret, then you should know that you should save no less than 10% of your income and put it somewhere where it can generate more of its own kind. You should make sure that you know the difference between your wants and your needs so that you can budget appropriately. And then put restrictions on how much credit you're going to use, as well as making sure that if you're going to use credit, use it the appropriate way, where you're not just getting liabilities, but if you can use your credit to get income producing assets, you do that, because you know that what you just purchased is an investment that's going to be working for you. So with that secret that was given to them, they were able to turn around their financial situation. And if that is enough information for them to change their financial future, then it's something that you should try looking into for yourself, so that you can change your financial future and find out where you can put your money where it will be an income producing assets and help generate income for you, whether you're at work or not. So now it's time to start thinking differently. The government can only do so much, but if you want to save your own life and your own financial future, then you need to look in the mirror, because that person that's looking right back at you is the one that has the power to change your destiny, change the legacy of your family. But it all comes back down to who's looking back at you, and no one outside of you can change that. But people in agreement on doing something together will help you definitely achieve your goal, once you find that thing that you know that is in your purpose-driven life. So let's go. Take a look at the information that is above on how you can start a home-based business and the tax deductions that you will definitely be able to keep within your own pocket to help build your legacy and helping others build the legacies in their own household. This is Hadrian Carter. Have a good one.